Well, you fixed it so none of us can have what we want. Not me, not you, not even your wife, Sonny. She actually believes that you're going to grow to love her one day. I know that you want me. I know you want me as much as I wanted you. And I hope it really hurts you. Because I would have done anything to have you forgive me and take me back. I would have done anything for us to have loved each other the way Stone wanted. To give up the first person you ever really loved. To think that that person is the love of your life. And it turns out that they don't understand you at all. That kind of hurt goes right to your soul, and it does stay there for a long time. When the worst of the pain is gone, you're left with a big space. And that space can be filled with a better kind of love, Sonny.
Men are all alike.
Well, I think I've just been insulted.
Well, it's just that men like to make promises when the mood strikes them. Oysters in Ireland.
I never renege on a promise without a good reason.
Sure.
Which is why I don't make promises lightly. Oysters you want, oysters you shall have.
Yeah, forget it. I don't want oysters anymore.
You know, I bet the more people try to talk you out of something, the more you want it, right?
It's my life, Jax. And what I really want is to learn to fly a jet.
Well, your dear friend Lois, the woman of my dreams, thinks I'm complicating your life unnecessarily, so the flying lessons are on hold.
No, they're not.
Patience isn't your strongest suit, is it?
And it's yours?
It's a discipline worth cultivating. You know, a mountain lion can stay frozen in one position for an hour, waiting for its prey to come close enough to ensure a kill. But then, some things wait for no man or woman, like Galway Bay oysters. Lady, if I'm not going to take you to Ireland, I'll just have to bring Ireland to you.
What do you call him, the Prime Minister of Ireland?
Better. Willie? It's Jax. Good sets to you. How's yourself? Yeah, I know, it's been too long. Listen, I have a very powerful yen for some of your oysters, Willie Moran. And to wet my whistle with some of your unadulterated stout. No, this time I'll have to bring the mountain to Mohammed. One of my jets will be at Shannon at 10 a.m. your time. And can you load it with 6 dozen of your finest sliders on ice? And a keg of Guinness? Yeah, I know it doesn't travel well. I just have to tell my pilot to avoid all turbulence across the Atlantic. And, throw in some cracked crab and smoked salmon while you're at it. Oh, say, will the missus be doing the brown in the morning? Well, 3 loaves of that too, if you please. And some of her incomparable butter. Give Shayla my love. Oh, and tell Johnny I haven't forgotten his birthday next month. Does he still want that racing bike? Well, with any luck, I might bring it myself. See, I've promised someone flying lessons, and she's never been to Ireland. Heaven help her. Same to you. Solana good, my friend.
Of course. You speak Gaelic?
Yes, a man of hidden talents.
Oh, yes, very hidden. You are such a show-off. Are you seriously telling me that you're sending a jet to Ireland for oysters?
Well, I had to make up for the flying lessons somehow.
I've never felt so pampered in my life.
Never? Oh, that doesn't say much for Sonny Corinthos. Time for truth or consequences, Miss Barrett.
You want to play truth or consequences? Okay. You go first. Have you ever had a serious relationship? Or do you just like to flirt outrageously with unavailable women?
Yes. And yes. Your turn. Are you unavailable?
No, I was referring to Lois.
Are you unavailable?
Probably.
Why?
Well, let's just say that the price is a lot higher than a jet full of oysters from Ireland.
Well, I would have said you can't be bought at any price. So what's the hold he has over you?
What, you're talking about Sonny again?
It depends.
On what?
How many men have a hold over you?
You're not going to let this go, are you?
Tell me about him.
He's married.
So?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That doesn't mean anything to you, does it?
Was he your first real love?
No. But he was my first serious commitment.
Who broke it off and why?
Jax, listen, I told you. He's married.
That's no answer.
I don't want to talk about this. I can't talk about it, okay? It has to do with his business, and that was part of the problem, and I'm not at liberty to discuss it.
A woman of discretion.
Not in Sonny's book.
Ah, so you presented a risk. He felt he had to put distance between you and him by marrying somebody else. Now he's busy trying to keep you away from me. It seems that the man has trouble in the letting go department. Apparently, he's not the only one.
Oh, yeah, well, I've noticed that you're the king of letting go when it comes to lost causes. That's why you're hanging out in Port Charles hitting on Lois.
I don't consider Lois a lost cause. Do you consider Sonny a lost cause?
I don't let anybody break my heart more than once.
Yes. Once is more than enough.
Who did it to you?
Now, you might consider driving nails of fire into his skull as a suitable punishment.
That's gross.
I actually used to do that in some of the Aboriginal cultures.
Well, I wouldn't give Ned any ideas, I mean, unless you're into skull piercing.
Dunno, never tried it.
Wait a minute. You've never tried it? See, because I thought that you'd tried everything. It must be such a challenge for you to find anything or anyone that you haven't conquered.
I'm not as jaded as all that.
Yeah, you are. The only reason why you want Lois is because you can't have her. And if you could have her, then you'd lose interest. It's actually a very good way to avoid commitment, isn't it?
Oh, you don't pull your punches. No wonder you and Lois get on so well.
Actually, commitment isn't all it's cracked up to be, so you're not really missing much.
On the other hand, Sonny's missing out on a hell of a good thing. But that's his problem, and it shouldn't be yours. You just gave me another incentive to stick around Port Charles.
I wish you'd quit looking at me like that.
Like what?
Like I'm a corporation you're about to raid.
You know what you need? Some fun.
Yes. Flying your jet would be fun.
Yes. And life is to be enjoyed. I think you're in danger of losing sight of that fact. Luckily, I came along before the situation was critical.
Oh, I'm so lucky. You mean all I have to do is hang out with you and Sonny will pale in comparison. Jax. Aren't you afraid that I'll fall for you? I mean, wouldn't that make things complicated?
I can handle it. Can you?
Well, men and women can also be good friends.